get ready to go. We're glad that you're all here, so now it's time to start the show. We're not in school, but we can still pretend by making music until this ends. We're making music with our Falcon friends.
Hey Falcons, welcome back to school, and welcome back to another season of Making Music with our Falcon friends. I'm Mr. B. This year, we have got so many fun musical things to do. We've got new songs, we've got new games, we've got new activities, we've got new instruments, all new projects to work on, all new music to make. So, you know what? Enough talking. Let's make some music.
We're making music with our Falcon friends.
Hey there, third grade. Oh man, do we have a great song to start the year with. This song is about an animal that I'm sure you've all seen before, but maybe you've never ridden one before. So it's an animal that you can ride. It's a big one. I'll give you a couple hints here. It's got a mane. It's got a nice tail. It says neigh. You know what I'm talking about? Of course you do. A horse. This song is called Fed My Horse. Gotta feed those horses. Let me sing it for you. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. Great. Now, a couple things before we go on with this song. A couple things I want to talk to you about. A couple words you might not know. Poplar. What is the word poplar? What does that even mean? Well, I'll tell you what poplar means. A poplar is a fast-growing tree that grows in the southern part of the United States of America. And that actually makes a lot of sense because this song is from the southern part of the Appalachian Trail. You ever hear the Appalachian Trail? Well, the Appalachian Trail actually runs kind of right by here. I'm going to show you a picture I have right here. And here we go. Look at that map of America. There we go. The East Coast, this whole colored region right here is the Appalachian Trail. It runs all the way down here through Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, and actually it goes all the way up here into Pennsylvania. It's a little bit to the west of us, but it does run pretty close to where we live. So the Appalachian Trail is where this song comes from, which is where those poplar trees also come from. Kind of interesting. Something else you might not know is a trough. What is a trough? Ever hear the word trough? Well, if you've ever been on a farm, I bet you've seen a trough. A trough is literally a long, narrow, open container, and it's what animals can eat and drink out of. They put food inside and water inside so the animals can eat, and it's easy because sometimes, well, they don't really use forks and knives because, you know, they're animals, but they'll eat out of these troughs, okay? So here we go. I'll sing again. This time I have a question for you for my song. How many times do I take a breath? Listen. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. How many times did I take a breath? You hear that one at the very end? Almost a sneaky one there. I took 4 breaths in that song. Count this time. Listen. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. There we go. Now, every time I take a breath, it's actually called a phrase. It's a really important musical word. Every time you take a breath, you're taking a new phrase. So there's 4 breaths in this song. There's also 4 phrases. Let's keep a beat this time. Keep a beat with me on your lap. Listen. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. Question. How many beats do I keep before I take my first breath? How many beats are in the first phrase of the song? Keep a beat with me. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Did you count how many beats? 4 beats. Great. You're going to notice something about every phrase in the song. Listen to the next one. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. How many beats again? 4 again. Exactly. Every phrase in this song has got 4 beats. 4, a very, very popular number in our song, Fed My Horse in a Poplar Trough. Now, there's something else I want to notice about this song. There's one phrase that has different words, which is the only phrase that has different words in the song. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. The last phrase, exactly. The first 3 all have the same words. However, there is one phrase that's a little bit different. They all have the same words as the first 3, but one of them doesn't sound the same. It actually has a different melody. Listen closely. Here's the first phrase. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Okay? Second phrase, same words. Listen to the melody. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Doesn't sound the same, does it? What's different about it? Can you think of a word that might describe what's different? That's right. It goes lower. The melody, the pitches actually go lower. The third phrase, fed my horse in a poplar trough. That one doesn't go lower. That one is actually like the first one. Exactly right. Great. This song is great. This time I'm going to sing it. I want you to echo me back. Listen. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. Nice job, you know all those parts. Let's sing the whole song together now. Ready? Here we go. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. Nice. Now, a couple of fun activities with this song. Now, I want to see if we can sing this song and not keep a beat this time. I want to see if we can actually clap the words. This song has a lot of rhythms in it. Listen closely. I'll sing, you echo back this time. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. Nice job. Let's sing the whole song and clap all the words for the song. Ready to sing it together? Here we go. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. Great. This time, I want to see if we can keep a beat. Now, we kept the beat with our hands before. Could we keep a beat with something else? Could we keep a beat with our feet? Let's try it. Keep a beat with your feet. Listen to my beat. Hear that? Keep that with your feet. Ready? Here we go. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. You can do both feet together. You can do one foot after the other. Just keep a beat with your feet this time, okay? Now, tricky. You're in third grade. I think we could try this. Could we keep a beat with our feet while we clap the rhythms at the same time? Your feet, don't even think about them. Just keep that beat with your feet. Keep that beat. Try to clap. Here you go. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. Oof, lots of claps. Not very many stops, but a lot of claps. There should be a lot more claps than stops. Try that one more time. You can practice that on your own then. Here we go. Ready? Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. Great. Keep practicing that. That's a tricky thing to do. Now, I do have a picture I'd like to show you. Love to show pictures that kind of go along with the music, and I have a really good one right here. A picture of, if you'll notice, some horses. I got 4 horses there. We talk about having 4 beats in each of the phrases. Well, let's actually point to the horses while we sing. Ready? I'll hold this up here. Here we go. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. Great. What you can do is grab a piece of paper and actually draw 4 horses in a row just like this if you want to. That way you can sort of have your own. You don't have to point to the screen and do it. You can actually point to your own. Now, along with the horses, I'm going to draw a little, well, I'm going to draw a picture. I'm going to put another little picture on here because horses, I don't know if you know this or not, when horses walk, well, it's important that they have shoes on. You ever seen horse shoes? Well, horse shoes keep a horse's hooves nice and safe. So I'm going to put a picture up here because each horse is going to have, well, some horseshoes. Some of them are going to have some different numbers. Some are going to have big horseshoes. Some will have small horseshoes. We'll have all different types and all different sizes of horseshoes. And here is our picture. Take a look at this one. Okay, now we got our horses and they've got some shoes now, if you'll notice. Oh, yes. No, I don't want to go into tablet mode. Okay, here we go. Now, this time you can point to the horses, but let's actually point to the horse shoes this time. Watch this. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Notice how there's a lot more horseshoes to point to than the horses. Ready? Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Cool. Try it again. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Take a look at that picture. If you want to make your own, that's great. Go ahead and do that. Let's point to it one more time. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Can we do it for the first 3 phrases all in a row? Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Fed my horse in a poplar trough. Then he caught the whooping cough. Nice job, guys. That song will be stuck in your head all week. I apologize, but we'll come back to it next week with a few more activities. See you then.
We're making music with our Falcon friends.
All right, 3rd grade, it is game time. I'm going to teach you a brand new music game for a song that is perfect for outdoors. This song is called Under the Spreading Chestnut Tree. Let me sing it for you. Under the spreading chestnut tree, when I held you on my knee, we were happy as can be. Under the spreading chestnut tree. Nice song, isn't it? I'll sing it again. I want you to echo back this time. Under the spreading chestnut tree, when I held you on my knee, we were happy as can be. Under the spreading chestnut tree. Remember we talked about phrases in our last section? Well, how many phrases are in this song? Did you figure it out? There's 4, exactly right. And 2 of them are exactly the same. Did you notice which 2 are the same? Think about it. The first and the last. Nice job. Let's sing it again a little bit longer. Listen. Under the spreading chestnut tree, when I held you on my knee, we were happy as can be. Under the spreading chestnut tree. Great, let's try the whole song all together. Ready? Here we go. Under the spreading chestnut tree, when I held you on my knee, we were happy as can be. Under the spreading chestnut tree. Great. There's a game for this song that's really going to work your brain, because this song has a game that's all about inner hearing. We're going to take some words out of the song and replace the words with motions. Every time I sing, I'm going to take a new word away. So I want you to watch. I'm going to sing it. I want you to echo back. Okay? Every time I sing it, a new word is going to be removed and replaced with a motion. Your job is to remember that and not sing those words. All right? So here we go. The first time is just regular version. Here we go. Under the spreading chestnut tree, when I held you on my knee, we were happy as can be. Under the spreading chestnut tree. Watch. Under the chestnut tree, when I held you on my knee, we were happy as can be. Under the chestnut tree. Watch. Under the chestnut, when I held you on my knee, we were happy as can be. Under the chestnut. Under the chestnut, when you on my knee, we were happy as can be. Under the chestnut. Under the chestnut, when you on my, we were happy as can be. Under the chestnut. Last one. Under the chestnut, when you on my, we were as can be. Under the chestnut. Whew, we're able to keep up. Man, that one really can get tricky very quickly. Try it again, and once you know the song so well, see if you can teach it to somebody else. It's really fun to see how much their brain has to work to remember which words to sing and which words not to sing. Have some fun with that, guys, and we will see you again next time.
We're making music with our Falcon friends.
All right, guys, for our next activity, you are going to need a few things to make this work. First of all, you're going to need a piece of paper. In fact, you probably want to get 2 pieces of paper, or even more if you have them. They don't have to be blank. They can have lines on them. They can be any type of paper. It can be colored paper. It can be construction paper. It can be lined paper. It doesn't matter. This is what I had, okay? So you need 2 pieces of paper. Also, it would be great if you had a ruler or a yardstick or something that you can measure with. This is a really good ruler because it's, well, where is it from? Campbelltown Volunteer Fire Company. Go Campbelltown Volunteer Fire Company. You need something that you can make a mark with. Okay? Ruler's great. If you don't have one, maybe go look for one or ask your parents or see if you can find one. Yardstick works too. Something, okay? You're also going to need something to write with, which I'm going to use this pen. You can use a pencil. You can use anything to write with, okay? So the first thing we're going to do today involves just 1 piece of paper and a pen. We're going to draw something called beat lines. Can you say beat lines? Good, that's not that hard to say. Beat lines. Beat lines are really cool. Beat lines are very simple to draw. Anybody can draw these. I could have a baby, well, maybe not a baby, but let's say like a kindergarten. We can have a kindergartner draw this probably, and they could do it. Okay, watch. I'm going to draw a line. Can you see that? You can, good. I'm going to draw another line. In fact, I'm probably going to draw 4 lines. There we go. Okay, my pen is already running out, so that's not good. I'm going to switch to a Sharpie. So we have 4 lines there, okay? 4 lines. These lines are the beats, okay? In music, a lot of our songs have beats. When we keep a beat, we already probably kept a beat today in our song that we did. On these beats are where our rhythms are going to live. You all know some rhythms, I'm assuming, from the classes you were in music class last year and years before. So on these 4 beat lines, you can put some rhythms and make your own rhythm patterns. You actually compose your own music. I'm going to start easy. I'm going to start really easy. I'm going to put a quarter note. Oh, look at that lovely quarter note. Wow, note head and a stem. I'm going to put another quarter note because, why have 1 when you can have 2? 3rd beat. Well, let's change it up a little bit. Let's put, we'll put 2 eighth notes. Connect them at the top. Wow, 2 sounds on a beat. That's crazy. And the last beat, we'll go back to that. Now, you might know different rhythm names for these. At Union Canal, we say ta, ta, ta-dee, ta. You might say something different. That's okay. But the important thing is you know how it sounds. The important thing is you know what this is going to sound like. Okay? So listen. 1 sound a beat, 2 sounds a beat. We all know that. You might even know more rhythms. You might know different rhythms. You might know a rest. You might know a lot trickier rhythms, okay? What you can do is create many different patterns. You can do a whole other line of these if you want. And before you know it, you've got a whole song here. You can then take an instrument in your house, or anything really, a bottle, a can, a box, and you can play those rhythms on that instrument. A lot of fun to do. Come up with some things, see what you can come up with, and see if you can challenge someone in your house to play the music that you wrote. A lot of fun to do. Beat lines, they will go a long way. Now, the next thing's a lot trickier, okay? Next thing, this is why you need a 2nd piece of paper, okay? And you can have more pieces of paper in case you really want to go all out with this, all right? Now, this is a little technical, okay? So if you're on the younger side, then definitely get help. If you're on the older side, we can all use help sometimes, can't we? Okay, so here we go. We're going to line up the paper. We're going to hold it the long way, not the tall way, horizontally, not vertically, okay? We're going to line up this ruler here, okay? Top of the ruler is at the top of the paper, okay? I'm going to make a mark on this paper at 5 different spots. At the 2. This is hard to do holding up like this. At the 3, at the 4, at the 5, at the 6. I've got 5 little marks there at the 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm not starting at 1, I'm starting at 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make a little mark on the one edge of the paper, okay? Now, move this ruler. Don't flip the ruler, just move it. Move it to the other edge. You're not flipping it, you're just shifting it, okay? To the other edge. And when you get to the other edge, what you want to do is do the exact same thing. On this edge, you want to make a mark at 2, at 3, at 4, at 5, at 6, okay? Now, you've got 2 marks on either side of your paper there, okay? Now, the important part is you have your ruler. We're going to connect those, okay? You might be thinking, What are we doing? This is not art class, this is music. Well, music is art. It's art for your ears, but also it can be art for your eyes, because what we're creating here is something that's going to help us to learn where our notes live. I'm sure you've all seen what we're making here. So connect those lines, and once you've had them connected, guess what? Look at that. 5 lines look familiar. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't look familiar, I'm going to tell you what it is. If it does look familiar, you know what I'm talking about. This is called a staff. Staff is 5 lines. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines make up a staff. Not just these 5 lines, also in between there are some spaces. In between the first and second lines, a space, a space, a space, a space. There's 4 spaces as well. 5 lines, 4 spaces. This is a staff. It is very important to know how to make one of these. So, to reiterate, line up the ruler, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make the marks. Line up the ruler, same thing on the other side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Connect them, boom, 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 boom. That was 6, only do 5. Then you have a staff. Great, awesome. On this staff, there's a couple things you can do. Okay? You maybe have written notes on a staff before. Notes can go on the lines or in the spaces. However, instead of writing, what you can actually do, because these are an inch apart, you can actually take a quarter. And you can put a quarter somewhere on here. You can put it in the second line. You can put it in the second space. You can put it in the third line, the third space. You can go anywhere you want. If you have more than 1 quarter, you can start to make a melody. You can put them all in a row like this. Now, if you have an instrument at your house, maybe a keyboard or a piano, or maybe you're in band and you have an instrument, what you can do is make up a little melody here and then play that melody. Kind of fun to do. If you don't, well, you can still make a staff and you can still have fun making it, because we'll be using this in the future. Now that you know how to make it, they're pretty easy to make. You can make these pretty quickly, all right? So again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, connect, 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 connect. You got a staff, okay? Have some fun with your staff.
We're making music with our Falcon friends.
Well, we sure had fun this week, didn't we? So, until next time, grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear the pitter pat? And the happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade. Now I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. If I ever had a say,